Well, the last few weeks I've spent around the house just doing normal chores that have to be done. Working in the garden, trying to clean things up, getting ready for winter. I had that fly incident. I don't know if that's going to be here before this video or after this video, but that's very interesting. If it's after this video, wait for that one. That was something else. But I haven't had a chance to really get out into the woods, get the solitude. And that's what I like doing when I'm out here. So I've got about an hour before sunset goes, and I'm going to work on this cedar, take this cedar down, and get some rounds out of that. The thing about cedar is it is so nice to start a fire with cedar. You could almost take a lighter to cedar and get it and start it up. That's how great kindling it makes. So I'm excited about this. I've had my eye on this guy for some time. Let me go ahead and take this mother down. Now, this guy fell, I think it was last winter. Beauty about cedar is that it doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't really have to sit on the ground too long because it's such a flammable wood. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut it all the way up there. I'm not sure if you could see that or not. Just drop it to the ground and then start working on it. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these branches here. See these? That's also good kindling. So I'm going to collect those probably tomorrow with the daughter, and we're going to cut that up as well. But for now, let me just drop this and get some rounds. I was hoping that would be a little more dramatic, but all the branches are holding it up. Okay, not a big deal. Let me just start cutting right over here. That is one good piece of wood. Yeah, I like that. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, baby. So the plan with this is just to cut branches, then cut some of the log. Cut some branches, cut some of the log. It's really tricky back here with all the branches because they just get in the way. Well, this video has taken a total left turn. I made that left in Albuquerque. Because rather than getting a whole bunch and me and my daughter just kind of chopping it up, winter just suddenly came upon us. It's dropping below 50 degrees, and 50 degrees is the marker where I start the fires. So tonight's going to be the first fire, and in order to do that, I'm going to need some kindling. So I'm just going to chop up enough to get some kindling to get going on tonight. The thing about this cedar is we had a lot of branches, which means it's knotty. Bet you didn't realize that those, when you see knots when you buy wood, that's where the branch was. Little lesson there. A lot of you guys are saying, yeah, I know that, dummy, but a lot of people didn't. I didn't know that. I was like, what's these knots? Well, it's because that's where the branches grow. Now the thing about this wood, it's been sitting out all night in the rain. And you're probably saying, well, you probably have to dry it before you use the fire. Don't have to dry it. This is cedar. When I say this is cedar, it'll light no matter what. It's perfect. Now some guys are Ford guys, some guys are Dodge guys, some guys are Chevy guys. When it comes to axes, I'm a Fisker guy. I've got the Fisker axe. I also have the Fisker hatchet, but I also have a Fisker medium-size axe, which is great for cutting this kindling up. I can't find it. It's driving me crazy. And the problem is well, that wasn't a great example because that just split in half. But normally, it's much more, it has a little bit more power than this hatchet. Has a little bit more power than a hatchet. It's a little more precise than the axe, so it's perfect for the kindling. Let me hold it up here so the raindrops don't get on the lens here. But there, I got my cedar for the week. This should last just fine. You only need a little bit just to get the fire going before the fur goes on. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the first fire. It's kind of bittersweet, you know, the longer it stays warm, the less wood I use. But there is just something fantastic about getting that fire going. Is it cold out there? Actually, it's not very cold. Somehow a warm front has now moved in. It's a storm, so I'm not getting my 50 degrees and below to justify the fire, but I'm really excited to get a fire, so I'm going to get that fire. And since the winds have picked up, there's a chance we might lose electricity, so it'd be nice to have a fire. Plus, the heat pump just keeps kicking on every, say, hour or so, and that means I'm losing money. So let me just break in the fireplace for the year, and we're going to start our fire anyway. Okay, got my wood stack. During the winter time, this usually lasts about a day and a half. If I get it all the way up, it lasts 2 days. Get it all the way up, ha ha ha. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I start the fire. So why don't you come a little bit closer, and we're going to take it over to the stove here. So this wood, normally I'd be putting that cedar down that I just cut earlier, but this wood has already been in the fireplace since last year, so it's nice and dry. And this is going to be our base. What's going to happen here is this stuff, we're just going to let all the embers, we're going to build a fire on top of it and let all the embers fall on in. Luckily I got this old receipt book that is perfect for starting fires, so don't worry, I'm not throwing away important information. That's what computers are for. Pizza box. This is the awesome stuff. You know why? Because all the grease that has fallen down from the pizza gets the fire going real nice. Now it's time to put some of that cedar in there. Let them go in perpendicular to the logs there. That way it gets good base. And I'm going to crisscross. Making sure there's enough air to get through there. Give it a little flame. Hear all that cracking? That's the cedar. Oh yeah. Throw a log on top there. That big guy going. That big guy going. Well, let me turn this down. Some people on the East Coast come like May 1st, they'll open up their pools, or the first day over 80 degrees, they open up their pools. Well, we kind of have a tradition with our pool, table that is, that on the first fire, we shoot a game of pool, because now it's pool season. And as long as that fire is going, we're going to be shooting pool. We have our regular date nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually on Thursday nights, cheaper than a bar and much more intimate without the drunks. Well, with 2 drunks, but not all the other drunks, the annoying drunks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit the like button, hit the follow button, hit share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you back in a few days.